Shalom, and welcome back to B'nai Noach Academy, Thoughts on the Torah. Please remember to hit the like button, to subscribe, and of course, to share this wisdom and inspiration with friends and family. So if you look in the book of Exodus, chapter 12, the instructions for the Passover offering, for the very first time, while still in Egypt, the Jewish people were told that they're going to bring a special offering. In this case, they're going to eat it. It has to be prepared in an elaborate manner. And then after the celebration, after eating it together with the matzah, with the breads are like crackers, then afterwards at midnight is going to be the final plague of the killing of the firstborn, and then they're going to leave Egypt. This observance was repeated perpetually year after year after year throughout all the years that the Holy Temple stood, in the form of the same exact type of offering that they did back then in Egypt, which is a lamb which they offered, and only its blood was sprinkled on the altar, and it was prepared in the same manner. It was roasted, and it was eaten on the Seder night, that is the night of the Passover celebration. But there's one deviation, there's one difference between how it was done in Egypt to how it was done perpetually all the years going forward. And that is that when they were in Egypt, they were instructed not only to offer it on the eve of Passover and to prepare it in an elaborate manner, but they were also told, in addition to that, to first take the sheep, take this lamb 4 days in advance. Where was this lamb to be taken? Well, the sages tell us that this lamb they were supposed to take to their homes, as it says in the Torah, and keep it in the homes. So not only did they designate it 4 days out, but they also had to keep it in their homes. And there, they kept the lambs until the time that they slaughtered and offered it. What is behind this? Why did God tell them to do it? And if this is important, why don't we do it every year? You see, they were becoming a people. They were now becoming established as a people. In fact, Passover is considered to be the birthday of the Jewish people. Thus, God was teaching them a lesson, a very important one, a fundamental one, a principled one, to the extent that this is the first thing you start with. You see, typically, people who do the right thing, people who walk in the way of God, typically, many people seem to be somewhat ashamed, embarrassed, try to do it discreetly, try to hide it from others, because you always have the people who jest, people who poke fun, people who cannot tolerate that someone's going in the right path, someone's doing the right thing. And here's the message God was sending to them. He forced them to learn how to have pride, to be proud of who they are, to be proud of what they're doing. And that is by taking a lamb to their home. Now, if you know sheep, you ever hear the expression to follow like sheep? Sheep live in herds. Sheep are not accustomed to being alone, let alone amongst human beings. In someone's house, in someone's bedroom, in someone's living room, that's not something they're accustomed to. So naturally, when a lamb is separated from the herd and brought into someone's private home, after a very short while, it will start to make noise. It will start to cry. Meh. Correct? And over and over and over again. Now imagine the Jew who's trying to hide the fact that he's a Jew. He's embarrassed by it. All his Egyptian neighbors are looking at him. What is this guy up to? What is this noise coming from your home? I mean, how long can you bluff? How long can you get away with telling him, nah, it's the kids playing it? Kids don't play for 24 hours a day for 3-4 days straight. Obviously, something is up. Something's the matter. Well, you're going to come to a point where you're going to have no choice and tell them, well, you see, we have a special commandment from God. You're going to have to learn how to be proud of it. And this is what God says. When you're doing the right thing, when you know that you're doing what God wants you to do, yes, there's going to be so many people around you that are going to mock you, that are going to jest, or maybe at best, or at the very least, look at you with this look in their eyes, with this glance, like, what are you up to? What are you doing? Why are you different? Don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed. Be proud. Don't be arrogant. but be proud. Be proud of doing the right thing.